Hi all, Planetside Agent here. Today I'm going to take a look at my Esbit solid fuel cookset that I put together, and get started on that. Anyway, I saw this stove around, and I thought, that looks pretty cool. I like the looks of the design and all. Look real practical. I like stuff that nests together and kind of compact that you can make a nice little cook set out of. And it wasn't terribly expensive, especially for like Esbit. I think I paid around 27 bucks or something like that for it. So it wasn't, in the world of cook sets and stuff, it's not outrageous. So yeah, I think their alcohol one is a little bit more expensive, but then that comes with the little knockoff Trangia burner, but that's a whole different thing. I probably won't get that. I've got enough alcohol cook sets. But anyway, let's get back to this one here. I just thought it was kind of cool, so I thought I'd get it, and then I'll do a video on it, and to make just another review of the Esbit cook set. I didn't make a cook kit around it, at least to start of one. I could always add more stuff to it if I probably would, especially if I was using it on a regular basis. But anyway, it comes in a stuff sack, which is nice. And one thing about it, I have this little piece of foil in the bottom of this, if you noticed. And the reason for that is Esbit, or probably any of the solid fuel, hexamine or whatever it is, fuel tablets will leave a residue on the bottom of your pots. And this one I've just recently cleaned off, but there is a little bit left on there that I could probably scrape off. So for regular use, so that residue, it can be kind of sticky and gummy. I didn't want it to mess up my stuff sack, or this stuff sack's perforated, so it might eventually work its way into your backpack. I didn't want to get that all goobered up. So anyway, I just got a piece of aluminum foil, cut it out. It's cheap, light. I just stick that to the bottom before I put it in the stuff sack. That'll keep everything nice and clean. So that's what that's all about. Throw this over here. It's really it's a nice pot. It's all made out of, or everything about it, the pot and the pot stand. It's all hard anodized aluminum. It's really stout, so it's durable. Like I said, it's well made, no doubt about that. The pot comes with these winged handles here, and they're rubberized or siliconized, so they don't get hot. The lid comes with the lid holder will stand up on its own, so if you wanted to stick something under it, but it's also rubberized, so it won't get hot. That's in there. The other nice thing about it, it has these little wing features here, and that's so that you can, when you pull the pot off, when you're looking at it, you can just set it on the side of the pan. So instead of having to set it down in the dirt or find some place to put it, it'll just hook right there. Okay. So I'll go ahead and start on the inside, which makes this the cook kit. I've got a collapsible silicone mug. This one is 270 milliliters, which is about 8 ounces, and it folds up flat. It's really make sure I'm in frame. These are nice little cups. I actually bought a couple of these. I've got I think it's a 370 ounce that I have in a different cook set, and if you're interested, I'll go ahead and put a link to that review. I think it's in I got a Tokes with propane cook kit made out of it. But I really like these, although the last time I looked, I was going to order another one, and I can't find this particular model anymore on eBay, so it doesn't look like they're maybe temporarily not making them, or maybe they will again. If you see them, I'd grab one. They're pretty nice. Like I said, one thing I like about it, it does fold up nice and compact. It's not particularly wide, so it'll fit in most like your 750 milliliter pots. And I like it has a nice wide base, so you know, which is always good. That way you're less likely, you know, if you tap it, it's less likely to knock it over. So that's always important, especially out camping where the ground can tend to be a little uneven. You definitely want stuff with a wider base so it's less tippy. So anyway, that's the cup you can use for tea or coffee. Inside this particular kit, make sure I stay in frame. I have a habit of drifting out, getting too close to the camera. In this particular one, I got a packet of sugar in a tea bag. You can always add, I could add more. Probably I got room in here for more tea bags and maybe some instant coffee, something like that. You could add into it. So like I said, just as a start of this particular cook set. So inside is the burner. Now I do have more room inside there. I'll show you what's in there, but there's actually room for some more stuff in here too, so which I don't have. But anyway, this particular one that I bought, the pot stand actually came in its own stuff sack. I've seen videos on this Esbit cook set where it doesn't look like the pot stand came in its own stuff sack, so I don't know if this is an older feature that I just happened to get an old one in stock when I ordered it, or this is something they've just started doing. But anyway, this one has one. If yours doesn't, then don't be surprised. But probably not really necessary, because I always put, you know, most of my Esbit alcohol fuel, anything like that I put inside of the cook pot, I usually like to put it in plastic. That way you don't get any, or at least limit the amount of residue from the fuel that can get inside your pot and on your other stuff. So anyway, so I put this in a plastic bag. This one happens to be a bread bag that I cut down. And inside this, okay, currently I have a box of matches, waterproof. They fit in real nice up against the little plate that's used for your fuel. And also a couple of Esbits. You got room for more tablets if you wanted to. Right now I just have 2 in there, because I even double bag these, because even though these are sealed, they still tend to give off gas, and when I open up the box of them, you can smell it. So try to keep these, the odors of these things contained as much as possible. I got a lot of people use Esbit. I guess after a while maybe the smell doesn't bother them, but it has kind of a fishy smell. I'm really not too crazy about it. But anyway, that's another topic. And so this is the pot stand and the burner, and it has a little plate in here, a little cup affair that the fuel tablet fits in, so it doesn't roam around on you. So anyway, and I also have a windscreen as part of this, and there's enough gap in here that it fits in there snugly. And what my windscreen is good old aluminum foil. I just got a hunk of aluminum foil, measured it out. This one I cut it in half so I can open her up, and folded the corners in, or the edges, so it gives a little more stability. And and what I do to round it out, to put it on the around the stove kit, and I do this for all of my stove kits. I've been using aluminum foil for windscreens all the way back to my very first backpacking stove, which was the old Blue A gas, camping gas S200. And I just fold it around my thigh. Oh, you can't see that, which is probably good. I just fold around my thigh to get it rounded off, and then I can get it, the windscreen around the stove. And just as a side note, I did get a comment on another video, a comment about using aluminum foil for a windscreen, and they ask about if you know, how it does in the wind. And of course it's going to be more susceptible to the wind, but what I do when I'm out using them, I'll usually, if the wind's a problem and it's blowing around a little bit, I can often just put maybe a rock or a stick or something, or maybe another piece of my cook kit around it to kind of keep it. And that tends to keep it from blowing around too much. And I also try to set up my cooking area in the lee if there's wind out there of a rock or a tree or something. So I get some wind protection there. So it's not, I'm not really using this in a gale where I have to worry about this blowing away. Luckily, I've never had to set up and cook in a gale. But, you know, there's all kinds of different windscreens out there. I know they make these collapsible aluminum ones they're nice and all, but that's just more bulk and more weight and more cost. This stuff's cheap. Everybody has aluminum foil in their kitchen, so it's easy to use. Okay, let's see. What else I got to say? That's pretty much the Cookset. Oh yeah, I also said that, meant to mention that also I'd have room if I wanted. I probably would put one in there, but I don't have any handy right now. Mini Bic would fit in here too, so for another fire source. I don't have any mini Bics available right now. I got them stashed in all my other Cooksets, and I haven't been out to Walmart to get some more of those mini Bics. Those are pretty handy to have around. So I think a regular Bic, yeah, I guess it would. You could probably stick a regular Bic in there and still, yeah, get your fuel tabs in here and get a regular Bic in there too. So, I mean, it's plenty of room to add a bunch of stuff to it if you want. Small stuff. But I don't know if you can get a spoon in there or not. I got a folding spoon. I don't know if that would work or not. I'll have to try that. I haven't done that yet. So anyway, so let's see. Like I said, I was... oh yeah, let's go back to the stove part of the review. Like I said, I was impressed. I'm impressed with the workmanship, quality workmanship. Everything's nice and solid. There's no cheap about it. This has some nice little foot pegs on it. Like I said, one thing, you notice that the pot has this little dip in it, and that's so it nests inside of the burner. So you got quite a bit of stability, which is nice because, you know, sometimes when you're some other stove arrangements, it can be a little precarious, especially if you tend to run on the klutzy side like some of my friends. Anyway, say like if you're using the good old Fancy Feast stove, you know, I mean, it's still pretty safe. Whoops. Well, in this case, you'd have to have water in it because the weight's going to tip this off. But normally, you know, it's relatively stable. I mean, you can use it. You just can't be a clutch. You got to be careful, but it will rest on a smaller pot stand. But this thing is pretty solid, especially if you have to be less with some of these more precarious pot stand arrangements. You have to be a little careful about you know, especially if you're cooking something in here and stirring it around. You know, it could be a little tippy, but just think about what you're doing when you're out there. So. Anyway, I say it's a nice design. It's solid. Now, the downsides of this thing, the pot will hold 2 cups of water. Oops, wrong way. It's 16 ounces, or they got the 400 milliliter line here. So, with one, I found a couple of tests I've done. One Esbit tablet. This is the 14 gram tablet. Fits in here. Will not bring 2 cups of water to a boil. It'll bring it to close to a boil. You see some of the little simmery bubbles on the bottom. So I don't know what temperature it is. I recently ordered one of those Taylor timer thermometer with the little temperature wand that goes in there, so I can actually find out what the true temperature is, because I'm going to do some more tests on this stove, and I want to kind of, you know, for timing when it gets up to temperature, boil times, and all of that. I decided I'd just break down and get one of those thermometer test kits. I know Hiram Cook uses them, and so does Paleo Hiker MD. They both do a lot of boil tests. I really like Hiram's stuff, but also Paleo also does a good job. But anyway, oh, I've sidetracked. Let's get back on track. With one of these tablets will not bring 2 cups to a boil. It'll bring it hot, probably good enough for maybe instant coffee or hot chocolate, or probably even tea for that matter. Like I said, I'm gonna do another separate video on different boil tests for this thing, and then I'll give you the temperatures and you can be the judge. I'm going to do some more tests on this and see if one tablet will bring 12 ounces, and then I'll try 8 ounces and see kind of where the deal on this. See, the bad thing about that is that these tablets aren't necessarily cheap. I got this package of 12 for about $12. That's $1 a pop. So I mean, every time you boil a cup of water for $1, that's kind of expensive, especially compared to propane. Even though these cartridges probably run you $5-6, you can get quite a few boils out of them. And same with alcohol. You can get quite a burn for the buck. So, but nice thing about Esbit's is you can storage. Like I said, this watched one video, and the guy, he's talking about using his strictly to put in his car for car survival, or in a bug out bag or a get home bag, because you can store several packages of the tablets in this thing, and from the survival situation, it won't boil 2 cups, which if you're going to purify water might not be a good thing. But if you're just trying to make some tea or bouillon or something like that, yeah, I could add some bouillon to here too. I don't think I will. If I was going to make this bug out, or I'd add more survival sorts of things to this kit. But it's the sort of thing you can store in your car indefinitely. You don't have to worry about it leaking out, or I imagine these work a little better at lower temperatures as far as getting them to fire up than, say, the propane stoves. So anyway, I think this would be ideal for a survival or emergency stove setup. But like I say, I'm gonna do another video on burn tests and all, and I think Hiram speculated on this, and I'm also suspicious that the reason that this won't boil, because I've seen other videos where people have used the Esbit tablet, just like on the ground with just like a hardware cloth pot stand. It will bring 2 cups of water to a boil in a reasonable amount of time. So I'm suspecting that this pot stand, which is nice, acts as a heat sink. So you're not getting all the heat from the tablet into the pot and into the water. So, but I know Hiram did some tests on this to try to improve the efficiency, and I'm going to try those myself. In fact, I've already played around with a little bit, but before I do the video, I want to get that temperature so I can really, especially for the times that it didn't quite get to a boil, to see how high water temperature it did get to. So once that thing comes in, I'll set up and get ready to do a video on some boil tests and see if we can improve this. Also, I'm going to try several different alcohol stove variations on this too. That'll all be in a follow-on video. So, and once I do, I'll put links back and forth to all this stuff in the description. So, but as far as this cook kit goes, it's not bad. As you can see, it's quite compact. There is room to add some extra stuff to it, so you can kind of make an all-in-one cook kit to save on space and all that stuff. So anyway, that's the Esbit solid fuel tab cook set that I've made into a cook kit, and that's that. I think that's all I can think of, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.